so foundational. So if you want to make more money,
Get married.
that's right.
Commit 100%.
That's the name of the game, right? It's one of the best pieces of advice I ever got. It was the best piece of advice I ever got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it's the advice that we'll give you is like honestly just focusing on like being committed. And you know what? In all fairness, if you're not willing to commit to your partner, like ask yourself why. 99 times out of 100, it's not going to be because of your partner. It's going to be about you, right? You're the freaking you. It's your problem that you're not committed. So you got to figure out why you're not committed. If that is you, you're like, I'm not really sure about this person.
And it's funny, you'll find other places that you're not committed in your life, and the only common denominator is you.
Yeah.
And all of the places that you're not committed.
Yeah. The person with the problem.
It's the person with the problem.
This is the person with the problem, right? A lot of times people will talk about how they're, you know, like their wife is a nagger, like she like nags them all the time, or that she complains all the time, or whatever it may be. She doesn't let him do anything, and then the wife's like, you know, my husband just works all the time. He, you know, doesn't ever hang out with me or the kids, whatever it may be, right? And so, whose problem actually is that?
The person complaining.
Person complaining, right? Because your mindset is jacked up, or your communication with your partner is jacked up. Or
your preferences are jacked up.
Or your preferences are jacked up. Or you're putting your preferences onto the other person, right? Oh, and here's something. Here's something that I was like super, super guilty of. Is I thought that like I wanted you to have my preferences, right? And so it's ironic, like when it comes to physics and science, like opposites attract, right? And so when people get together, it's generally because the person has something in them that they don't have in themselves, and so they're attracted to it, right? Yes. But then when we get married, all of a sudden it's like, I want you to be more like me, and once you be like me, then all of a sudden when we have the sames, you know, like two positives repel each other, right? And so ultimately it's so funny. It's so funny how that, like, I saw that in my life and our relationship so much. I was like, I just want you to be like me, and I think I even did it so well that you thought you want to be like me as well.
I did.
And then all of a sudden we started like doing a lot of this stuff. We started like wanting to repel from each other. And I was like, oh, this is actually not how it works. And once I became aware of that, and we started to play to our strengths and really value the other person's strengths, which were different than our strengths, maybe even could be said our weaknesses. It became really fun because it's like, dude, you have something that I don't have, and I have something you don't have, and like, in these situations, let's use my strength. In these situations, let's use your strength. And that way we're able to balance each other out, and we're able to bring value to one another. How cool is that?
Awesome.
Right? Like that's how you play the game. That's how you play to win. So one of the fundamentals we have is like the person with the problem is the person with the problem. And so like when I'm frustrated at Katie, like I'm frustrated at Katie can't freaking change that. I can change that, right? I get to change my mindset. I get to like, how do I take 100% responsibility in the situation? Like, what can I do in order to make sure that we get on the same page? Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's one more thing that I want to go on. Can we go on one more thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to communication and it comes to disagreements, so many people have this failed mindset, and here's what it is. Okay, the failed mindset is I want to win, right? So everybody wants to win the argument. They want to be right? I want to win. I want to be right. Okay, what is a mindset? What is a belief that we have that allows us to be on the same page during disagreements where maybe my preferences, your preferences are at odds, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to utilize these two different set of preferences? What sort of belief do we come? What sort of belief do we have?
We are on the same team.
Yeah.
We want our team to win.
We are on the same team. Okay. What does that mean?
It means that in order for you to win, the team has to win. In order for me to win, the team has to win. Exactly. There is no losers on a winning team.
So a great example of that was we had our marriage meeting on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Okay. And we got into a disagreement where I thought my preferences were best with raising our children. Like, let's be like super specific here. Like, when it comes to children, all of a sudden it's like, okay, it makes sense when I have my preference, your preferences. Now we have shared children. Whose preferences do they follow? Right? So this is real stuff, by the way, guys. And so I got into this thought process, like they should follow my freaking preferences because I'm the shit, basically. Like, that was literally all it was. Like, because my preferences are freaking right. And Katie was like, I don't, then Katie like had resistance on that because, you know what?
I mean, you are the shit, but
yeah, she felt her preferences were right. Who would have thought, right? And so we actually got into this like almost like the stalemate, and I had to actually like take a moment and be like, do I want to be right, or do I want to make sure that you and I stay on the same team and we don't let this fester into an actual freaking problem about preferences on how our kids eat, right? That's what it was about. And it was me taking a step back and being like, do I want to be right or do I want to be on the same team? I was like, you know what? Let me backtrack this. Let me take back what I said. And let's get on the same page, right? And by doing that, I was able to be wrong in this specific situation, to be honest with you. And we were able to get on the same page and create a system that now we can be on the same team with when we're going into a parenting situation with our kids.
Yes.
Right?
You weren't wrong. We just changed your preferences within the children.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I was wrong in the aspect that it was my way or the highway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And then we came up with a solution, really, that allowed us to be on the same team. Yes. Right? And so in that moment, I was just like, I really wanted to fight. I was like, no, I am right. My preferences are right. And it really took me it took that belief to be like, step back and say, you know what? It doesn't matter. Because I want to be on your team. Mm-hmm. I would rather be on your team and lose the argument every single time. Right. And now at the same time, that doesn't mean like roll over and die. No. Right. It doesn't mean be weak. Right. Because especially as men, like sometimes we have that belief, like, I'm not gonna let anybody walk all over me. And sometimes it's women too. I don't want to be walked all over. And so it's not rolling over and dying, but it's truly looking at it from the standpoint of I want to win. I want to be on the same team. Right. And as long as you both have that and you have trust in the person, then you're not going to feel like you got walked over.
Yes.
Right. So I think that's super important. Like, we're on the same team. Such an important belief.
Marriage equals teammates.
Marriage equals teammates, right? Not competition. It's not like you're better, I'm better, and understanding your roles and your lanes and understanding those are also very, very vital. But that's a whole nother conversation, and we're not going down that rabbit hole today. So, Katie, did you have fun?
I did have fun. That was great.
That was awesome. Right? If you guys enjoyed it, please let us know. Whether you watch this on Facebook or watch this on YouTube, let us know. Give us some love, give us some shout out. Again, you can follow me on Instagram. And Katie, are you on Instagram too?
Yeah, Katie Ann Manzanares.
Katie Ann Manzanares. Katie Ann Manzanares. Go follow us on there. We're posting stuff all the time. Posting about our businesses, posting about our real estate, posting about our family, posting about our marriage stuff on there. So go follow us, Katie Manzanares, Logan Manzanares on the Instagrams. We appreciate you guys. Like I said earlier, my name is Logan Manzanares.
Katie Manzanares.
And we're out.
Bye.